Here's a knocking indeed. The man were porter of Hellgate, he should have all turning the key. Knock, 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 who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectations of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins enough about you. Here you'll sweat for me. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith. Here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, 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 who's there? Faith, here's an English traitor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, sailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, never at quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. The devil port it no further. I thought to have let in some of all professions that go to the primrose way to that everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing to the second cock. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir. It provokes and it unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on, and it takes him off. It persuades him, and disheartens him. Makes him stand to, and not stand to, if you know what I mean. And in conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir. In the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, yet I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring?
Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy dame?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physic's pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimney's been blown down, and as they say, lamenting herds in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesizing with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored in livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remnants cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke out the Lord's anointed temple, and stole thence the life of the building.
What is't you say? The life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with the new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourself. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder! Murder! Treason! Banquo! Banquo! Donalbain! Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep! Death's counterfeited! Look on death itself! Up, up, and see the great doom's image! Malcolm! Banquo! As from your graves, rise up and walk like sprites! To countenance this horror, ring the bell! Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of this house?
How gentle, lady! 'Tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition on a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh! Banquo! Banquo! Our royal master's murdered!
Woe! Alas! What? In our house?
Too cruel anywhere! Dear doth, I prithee, contradict thyself, and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are and do not note the spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered!
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, it seemed, had done it. Their hands and face were badged with blood. So were the daggers, which wiped we found upon their pillows. They stared, and they were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Alright, here we go. Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition my violent love outrun the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature. For ruin's wasteful entrance, there the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers, unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart, courage to make love known.
Oh, help me! Help!
Oh, look to the lady! Look to the lady!
Why do we hold our tongues? That most may claim this argument for ours?
What should be spoken here, where our fate, hid in augur hole, may rush and seize us? Let's away, our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion. Look to the lady! And when we have our naked frailties hid, that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work. To know it further, fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all!
Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet the hall together.
Well contented! What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office, which the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland our separate fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid them. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left. I prithee, contradict thyself, and say it is not so!
What's that?
Does the king hence to do?
Wait,
What?
when do we go?
One more.
Alright.
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Oh my god.
This way. Good morning. More.